Good morning, students. Welcome to your English literature class. Today we are going to continue the chapter number 9, The Sound Machine, written by Roald Dahl. So, students, open your Echoes textbook at page 114. So, the objectives of this session are: by the end of this video, you will be able to know the meanings of the difficult words, the related figures of speech, the appropriateness of the title, and the character sketch of Dr. Scott. Students, in the previous session, we did reading of pages 111 till 113. So far, students, we read Klausner, an unprofessional scientist, took his sound machine to the park to prove his theory. He hit the tree with an axe. Then a branch fell on the machine and smashed it. Then Klausner called the doctor and asked him to stitch the gash he had caused to the tree. Now, students, let's start reading of the page number 114. Yes, the doctor hesitated. He saw Klausner's hands tightening on the handle of the axe. He decided that his only alternative was to run away fast, and he certainly wasn't going to do that. So here, Dr. Scott saw Klausner's hands gripping the axe firmly. So he decided to run away. But he couldn't. All right, he said, I'll paint it with iodine. Then the doctor agreed to apply iodine on the gash. He got his black bag, which was lying on the grass about 10 yards away, opened it and took out a bottle of iodine and some cotton wool. He went up to the tree trunk, uncorked the bottle, tipped some of the iodine onto the cotton wool, bent down and began to dab it into the cut. So, students, here uncorked means opened and dab means apply. So, the doctor opened his black bag, took out a bottle of iodine and some cotton wool. Then he went up to the tree and dabbed it into the cut. Next is, he kept one eye on Klausner, who was standing motionless with the axe in his hands, watching him. As he was applying iodine on the gash of the tree, he kept one eye on Klausner, who was standing motionless there, and he was having axe in his hands and watching Dr. Scott applying iodine. Make sure you get it right in. Yes, the doctor said. Then Klausner told him to apply the iodine in a correct manner, and the doctor said yes. Now do the other one, the one just above it. The doctor did as he was told. Then Klausner told the doctor to apply the iodine on the other wound, which was the one just above this wound. And the doctor did the same as Klausner told him to do. Then, there you are, he said, it's done. Then Dr. Scott that it is done means he had applied iodine on the gash. He straightened up and surveyed his work in a very serious manner. That should do nicely. Then Klausner straightway went up to Dr. Scott and examined his work in a very serious manner. So children, here surveyed means examined. Then Klausner came closer and gravely examined the two wounds. Gravely here means seriously. Then Klausner came closer to Dr. Scott and examined the two wounds which were caused by him on the tree very seriously. Next. Yes, he said, nodding his huge head slowly up and down. Yes, that will do nicely. He stepped back a pace. You will come and look at them again tomorrow. Then Klausner wanted the doctor to come again the next day and have a look at the wounds on the tree. He also wanted him to apply more iodine. So, oh yes, the doctor said, of course. The doctor agreed to come back the next day and put some more iodine on if necessary, yes. And apply, and Klausner told him to apply iodine if there is a need of it. Then, thank you, doctor, Klausner said, and he nodded his head again, and he dropped the eggs, and all at once he smiled, a wild, excited smile, and quickly the doctor went over to him and gently he took him by the arm and he said, "Come on, we must go now." And suddenly they were walking away, the two of them walking silently, rather hurriedly across the park, over the road, back to the house. So Klausner felt very delighted and dropped the eggs to the ground. The doctor approached him, held his arm gently, and said that they better leave. They walked back to the house arm in arm. Actually, students, here Dr. Scott felt that it was the best time to take Klausner back home and that Klausner needed a bit of change in his life, so he held his arm and took him away from the park. So students, with this, our reading of the text gets over. So open your Echoes workbook on Echoes at page number 156. Now we are going to discuss the title of the story, The Sound Machine. The title of the story, The Sound Machine, is quite appropriate as the entire story revolves around the sound machine created by the protagonist of the story, Klausner. So students, protagonist means the main character of the story. So here Klausner is the main character of the story. And the title of this story, The Sound Machine, is very much appropriate, is very much suitable because the whole story, the entire story revolves around the sound machine which was invented or created by Klausner. So the use of definite article the signifies the fact that the author is not referring to any sound machine but the one created by Klausner. So here children, we have seen the article is there along with the title of the chapter, The Sound Machine. But here the article signifies that the author is talking about the particular sound machine which is created by Klausner. So the real action of the story involves Klausner's attempt at making a sound machine to capture the sounds which are inaudible to human ear. So the author tells us the real action of the story involves Klausner's attempt at making a sound machine which could capture or register the sounds which are not audible to human ear. Next, the author has given an insight into Klausner's obsession with sound by depicting his workplace in a secluded wooden shed with a number of wires and batteries. So here students, meaning of insight is clear and deep understanding of someone's feelings and emotions. Next is secluded. Secluded means lonely. So the author gives a clear and deep understanding of Klausner's obsession with sounds. His workplace only depicts all these things. Right, as his workplace is located at a lonely place, at a secluded place, and his workplace comprises a number of wires and batteries. So after Klausner invents his sound machine, the rest of the story comprises Klausner's attempt at proving the effectiveness of his machine in capturing the sounds which human beings cannot hear. So when Klausner invents his sound machine, he tries to prove the effectiveness of his machine in the rest of the story. Whether his machine can capture the sounds which are not audible to human ear. Now next, as Klausner tries to give another blow at the trunk of the tree, a branch falls and destroys the machine. Afterwards, again, as he wants to prove his theory, so once again he hits at the trunk of the tree, but this time a branch falls down and destroys his sound machine. Klausner forces Dr. Scott to tell if he had heard a sound, which the latter denies. Latter refers to Dr. Scott. But even then, his machine is destroyed. But even then, Klausner asks Dr. Scott if he has heard any sound. But Dr. Scott totally denies. So, ironically, the sound machine is destroyed by the very sample which Klausner used to test the effectiveness of his machine. Now, what happened ironically? The sound machine, right, invented by Klausner, that is destroyed by the tree only, the same tree which is used by Klausner as a sample. So that sound machine is destroyed at the end of this story. Now next children, page number 157, we are going to discuss characterization of Dr. Scott. So Dr. Scott was a physician and a friend of Klausner. He is present throughout the story from the stage when Klausner was inventing his sound machine till the end when the machine was destroyed. So students, Dr. Scott was not only a physician of Klausner but a very intimate friend of his. So the presence of Dr. Scott can be felt throughout the story. A good doctor. Dr. Scott was a physician who used to attend to Klausner whenever he had an ailment. So, Dr. Scott was Klausner's physician. Whenever Klausner had an ailment or disease, he used to attend him. So, at the beginning of the story, Dr. Scott dropped in to see Klausner when he was passing by his house. It seems that he had been a frequent visitor to Klausner's home because he was aware of the fact Klausner might be working in his shed in the evening. So, at the beginning of the story, Dr. Scott went to see Klausner when he was passing by his house as he wanted to check Klausner's throat. And he found nobody else in the house, so he straightway went to Klausner's workplace, and it seems that he had been a frequent visitor to Klausner's home. He also knew that Klausner might be working in his shed in the evening. He was concerned about the well-being of Klausner and inquired from him the condition of his throat. So Dr. Scott, being Klausner's physician, is very much concerned about his health. So he inquired from him the condition of his throat. Even when Klausner said that he was fine, Dr. Scott insisted on examining his throat. Dr. Scott made house calls as and when his patients required his services. When Klausner called him at 6:30 in the morning, Dr. Scott not only attended his call but also visited him, though it was not a medical emergency. Even when Klausner told him that he was absolutely fine, Dr. Scott compelled on examining his throat. And all this shows Dr. Scott was a good doctor and concerned about Klausner's health. A friend and confidant of Klausner. So students, meaning of confidant is a person with whom one shares a secret, trusting him not to repeat it to others. So Dr. Scott was not only Klausner's doctor but also a friend and a confidant. This is indicated by the fact that Dr. Scott had access to Klausner's house, even to his work area, which was at the back of his house in a secluded place. So children, meaning of secluded is lonely. So this is indicated when Dr. Scott straightway went to Klausner's workplace, which was located at the back of his house in a lonely place. Dr. Scott was the only person in whom Klausner confided his theory of sounds, and that he was experimenting with a machine to capture the high-pitched inaudible sounds. So, Dr. Scott was the only person to whom he revealed not only his theory of sounds but also told him that he was experimenting with a machine to capture the high-pitched sounds which are not audible. So students, confided means revealed. Next, he attentively listened to Klausner's theory about sounds in nature. Although he was skeptical about Klausner's attempt at capturing the inaudible sounds, he did not contradict him. So students, here skeptical means doubtful. So when Klausner was explaining his theory of sounds, Dr. Scott attentively listened to him. He was doubtful about Klausner's attempt, but he did not contradict him. Next, as a friend of Klausner, he could make out his state of mind from his expressions and behavior. As he entered Klausner's work area, he could feel the tension in his room. So, being a good and close friend of Klausner, he could better understand his state of mind from his expressions and behavior. This is the reason when Dr. Scott entered Klausner's workplace, he felt something tensed there. Further, when Klausner explained to him in detail his views about sounds, Dr. Scott could sense that something strange was going on in Klausner's mind, which could not be understood from his body language. So further, when Klausner explained to him his theory of sounds, Dr. Scott could understand something strange was going on in Klausner's mind, which cannot be understood from his body language. As while explaining his theory, he was shifting from one foot to the other and pulling the lobe of his ear. That is why he wished him luck for his experiment and bid goodbye to him. Next, later in the story, when Klausner called him early in the morning, Dr. Scott was concerned about his health. So students, later in the story, when Klausner called him early in the morning, he arrived there in no time, as he was very much concerned about Klausner's health. So, his immediate question to Klausner was if he was ill. He felt relieved when Klausner replied that he was fine. So, the moment Dr. Scott reached there, he inquired from Klausner if he was ill, and he felt very much relieved when he came to know that Klausner was absolutely fine. However, without wasting any time, Dr. Scott came to Klausner's house to meet him. On seeing Klausner, Dr. Scott found him calmer without showing any sign of madness or hysteria, which he could feel in Klausner's voice when he telephoned him. So students, here hysteria means uncontrollable excitement. Now, what happened? So students, however, without wasting any time, Dr. Scott came to Klausner's house to meet him. On seeing Klausner, he found everything all right, without any sign of excitement or madness, which he could feel in his voice when Klausner telephoned him. So, Dr. Scott was an obliging man. Students, obliging means helpful. So, we can say Dr. Scott was a helpful man. So, when Klausner asked him to put on the earphones, Dr. Scott obliged him smilingly. So, when Klausner asked him to put on the earphones, Dr. Scott obeyed him smilingly. Similarly, when Klausner told him to paint the cut on the tree's bark with iodine, he obeyed his command without a grudge. So, similarly, when Klausner asked him to apply the iodine on the cut on the tree's bark, he obeyed his command without any complaint. He even promised Klausner that he would come the next day and check if the tree's bark was healed and apply iodine if needed. He even promised Klausner that he would come the next day and check if the tree's bark was healed and if needed, he would apply iodine also. Thus, Dr. Scott was a sensitive, tactful, cooperative, and compassionate man. So, it shows that Dr. Scott possessed all these qualities. So, students, with this, I hope you all have understood the title of the story and the character sketch of Dr. Scott.
Now students, your homework for the day is you have to do long question 1C on your workbook on echoes. So the question is, discuss how does Roald Dahl show his concern for nature in his short story The Sound Machine. Thank you.